The Road Traffic Management Corporation Anti-Corruption Unit and the police have started raiding the offices of the Traffic Licence Department in Kimberley in the Northern Cape. The RTMC spokesperson Simon Zwane says that this is part of dismantling a syndicate that's been operating between the Free State and the Northern Cape provinces in the issuing of fraudulent driving licenses. Zwane says this comes after an intelligence-driven operation named Commando, which uncovered a deadly web of corruption and at Koffiefontein and Pietersburg about entrenched fraud and corruption that extends as far as Berkeley West and Kimberley. Our reporter Ulrich Hendrik says at the particular raid. Ulrich, of course, just talk to us about what we know so far about this particular syndicate. I mean, apart, of course, that it's been operating between two provinces, but it does seem like these syndicates have covered a lot of ground in the Northern Cape and the Free State.
Hi, good afternoon, Unati. Yes, they covered quite a big area, and more especially these rural areas like your Pietersville, Berkeley West, just 15 minutes or 30 kilometers from Kimberley. So targeting those very rural places. Yeah, at Solplaki licensing department, they've already arrested 2 people. One was just arrested about a minute ago, and another 2 people are being arrested as we speak at the provincial offices. But let's speak to Simon Zwane from the RTMC. Simon, to tell us, you're saying this is a syndicate that operated between Bloemfontein and the Northern Cape. How did they operate?
Yeah, it operated from Pietersburg in the Free State and the Northern Cape. So we have 2 people there in Pietersburg. They've already been arrested. They've been working as agents, collecting applications from people who wanted driver's licenses and learner licenses, and then they would come to Berkeley West or Kimberley to have them issued. Without those people ever setting their foot here, they will be issued with learner licenses or driving licenses, and they will then be driving on the roads, particularly in the Free States and stuff. Now we know that most of the accidents in our country are caused by people who are incompetent to drive. So we are doing this to then ensure that we can improve safety on the roads. We remove those people who can't drive, but we deal with the cause, the people who are issuing them with the driving licenses.
So, Mr. Zwane, do we know how many people are involved in terms of the number of licenses, driver's licenses, learner's licenses issued to what you call incompetent drivers? This
investigation is still ongoing. We are confiscating documents. We're doing searches. We're doing searches. We will do searches also in Berkeley West in here to be able to confiscate all the relevant documents that will give us a proper idea to how licenses have been issued fraudulently.
So what happens to the people that you find were issued with fraudulent licenses? Will those people also face the music?
Yes, we are following up on them. There's already one that we've identified who we must arrest as part of this operation today. But we will go back and assess the information. And then the others, we will then follow up on them and arrest them.
And their licenses will also be revoked? Is the process then?
Yes, the process is that their licenses will be cancelled. But we want to charge them. We want them to stand trial together with their conspirators, who are the examiners, those 2 runners in Pietersburg. They must stand trial. But those that have been arrested now will be taken to Bloemfontein, where they are going to be detained until they appear in court on Monday.
And then, you've arrested people in Bloemfontein, Pietersville, and now in Kimberley. Can you give us in terms of how many people have been arrested altogether?
Yeah, I can't give exact number because the operation is still going on, but we've been making these arrests from Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and we are now in Free State and the Northern Cape. I think all together, if we take those, would be around more than 50 that we have arrested just from to now, the end of October.
Thank you very much. Simon Zwane, of course, speaks on behalf of the RMTC. Of course, as you heard, RTMC, thank you, Simon. As you heard, Unati, this syndicate operating from Free State up to Northern Cape, and especially these small towns in between across the border of the province. People come, they would pay their money and they would go to these testing stations, and without even writing a test or doing the driving test, they then were issued with licenses. Of course, when we spoke to the Northern Cape MEC responsible for police and earlier this month, when they were launching Transport Month, they also said that there were a number of licensing stations that were closed, especially small towns within the Northern Cape, mostly because of the corruption issue. And they were doing various investigations into that, and that's why a lot of testing stations in the Northern Cape has been closed. They're trying to clean house and then reopen those so that people don't have to travel far to get to these bigger stations like Kimberley, Bloemfontein, and other stations. Bonati.
Ulrich, thank you so much for that report. Of course, Ulrich confirming there that 2 people have since been arrested during this particular raid, anti-corruption unit and the police out there at the Traffic License Department in Kimberley in the Northern Cape.